Are we putting these on?
Yeah.
All right, so George,
Yes.
roll cameras.
Wow, this is legit.
I know.
Whoa.
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 Ooh.
Ooh. Hey, Mike.
Hey.
Now, when you're talking on the mics, you want to be close. Close. Yeah, that's
About
right.
like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
You sound really good when you're, like right on.
Oh. What am I seeing? Hey, Brian, can you step over? Oh, it's the cake.
Oh, angle it 90 degrees this way, so we're looking this way at it.
That doesn't look like anything.
Is it reading like?
It's a really bright cake.
It's just, well, that's just the monitor. It looks fine on camera.
It sort of blows out on this monitor, huh?
Yeah, it looks fine on camera though.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
And should we angle forward, or what's the? Because there's other camera angles, it doesn't matter, right?
If you want to talk to the audience, then talk directly to the camera.
Okay.
Yeah, look right.
We're
in the
mainly
lens.
talking to each other. Okay, great.
And then when you're talking to each other, talk directly to each other.
But when you talk to each other, let's say here, don't go off axis and talk. Like you want to go like, right?
Just try to angle into the microphone.
Angle to the
Stay
mic.
on axis. Stay on the microphone.
Okay.
And the nice thing about having headphones is that you know when you're off axis, you'll hear it.
Right.
So you'll hear that you sound good when you're straight on.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. Let's rock and roll. Can we roll cameras?
So exciting.
Yeah, it's gonna be so fun.
Sure, go ahead.
You can start recording.
Yes.
Yeah. Confirming recording. All three cameras are going. Yes.
Yeah, and
All right. Here comes
hey,
pop sync.
these the grid lights are just on the monitor side, right? Just double check.
Nice.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, those aren't
Great.
gonna get recorded and taken anyway, so.
Okay, cool.
All right. Have a good podcast. We'll be back on there.
Now,
Thank
one
you.
other thing. If you're going to say something and it didn't come out in pristine soundbite format, just take a beat, say it again.
Okay.
All right?
Perfect.
We just cut that out.
Yeah, we can edit all that later.
I think we're alone now.
I think we're alone now.
Doesn't seem to be anyone around. Hi, Mike.
Hey, Cyan. It's been a little time coming. What a magical day.
Right? We get to do this.
Yeah. How are you feeling? What are 3 words?
Excited, nervous, happy. How about you?
How am I feeling? I'm feeling really grounded. I'm feeling, a little anxious. I want to do a good job, but what does a good job mean? And I'm feeling really connected. I feel really connected to you and to this thing that we're trying to play and create.
So what is it we're trying to create? Why are we here?
So welcome. I guess you should, why don't you do the original line? This is, what are we,
Yeah, welcome to the very first episode of Reframe, which is a concept that...
We're going to have to start all over again.
Okay.
Oh.
Because you just sat down and we were like, oh, wait a minute. We
Okay,
didn't
okay.
actually have you sit down and make sure that everything was
That's
set
okay.
first. We're like, just go. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. No, we didn't.
We're just
reframe it for
going.
You, so.
Okay,
So
we're good. We're
we
good.
needed to
That was a
reframe
good
for
dry
you.
run. I felt good.
Yeah.
All right, that was good. Okay, I think we're ready there. Don't worry about the way it looks on there because that's just kind of the way the monitors work.
The three things is a great idea.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, run it back.
Thanks, Lee.
Great way to-
I love Lee. I love the microphone. Yeah, keep the feedback coming from.
Yeah, keep it going.
This is so fun. This is so good.
Yeah, we're still rolling.
It's good B-roll.
Okay.
Right?
All right, I think we're ready now.
What's another Alone song? On my own. No, wait.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry for the interruption. Here we go.
Pretending.
Now I think we're alone.
Yeah. Yeah. When you were saying that, I was like, on my own, pretending she's beside. I think it's like Les Miserables or something. We are alone.
We are alone.
Good afternoon, Sam.
Hi, Mike.
How you doing?
I am elated. I'm
Elated.
so excited to be here.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Give me 2 other feelings. You're feeling elated. What are the other?
Gosh,
How are you feeling?
nervous, filled with joy.
Nervous and joy-filled.
Yeah.
I would eat a joy-filled donut when you said that. That sounds
A joy-filled
a
donut?
joy-filled donut. Yeah, I'm feeling. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling anxious. There's a part of me that wants to do a good job, but what does a good job mean? But I want to do a great job. I'm feeling connected. I'm feeling really connected to you. I feel most connected when I'm creating things with people. So I'm feeling really connected and really grounded. I'm excited for our guest and to just be present here with you for the next 2 hours.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
What are we doing for the next 2
What
hours?
are we doing? Well, why don't you share the name of this this creation we're playing with?
Yeah, so my conspirator Mike and I love to riff on concepts and come up with events, experiences where you walk away from them changed. It's not just your ordinary experience. And this concept came from something that Mike and I did, which we'll get to in a moment. But welcome to Reframe, which is a podcast that we are doing together that comes out of a series of events that we did. The first one was called The Magic Glasses, which was a dinner experience that we put together where we asked people to put on glasses that had different perspectives on them. Like, do you remember what some of them were?
Childlike wonder,
Yeah, childlike wonder, pessimism,
pessimism,
optimism.
yeah, the consummate host. Someone had to be just pure joy
Yep.
and gracious for everything. And
Yeah.
we intentionally chose people who were the opposite of that archetype in their maybe in their adult lives, let's say.
Yeah, and so the setup for this was you would come to an event and we had an eye doctor, which is where this sign comes from, who was behind this bar. And the trick was that you thought she was assigning you a prescription based off of meeting her for the first time. But in reality, we had pre-prescribed these things that they needed to try on during dinner. And the mechanism that we used was a pair of glasses. And so you would get assigned these glasses, and when you put them on, you became someone else. And so this kicked off a series of discussions over the last couple of years now of, can people change? Obviously we can, but some people say, well, I can't change. This is just my personality. This is just who I am. You know, I have gone through a lot of change in the last few years. And I think everyone on our team has. And so I know that it's possible for people to change, but it really takes a reframe, which can be a thought, or it can be a piece of art, or it can be an experience that before that reframe, you were someone. And then after that reframe, you're permanently, forever changed. And so that's what we're going to explore on this show. And that's where I think I wanted to give the genesis of the idea about how we even got here.
Totally. And to just build on that, during this Magic Glasses dinner, and we used the word trick. There was a magic trick, is a term we've used about this thing that we did, which is give people a new lens. I think the thing that we're most curious about is, how do you create a sustained magic trick, right? We gave for this dinner, we gave them someone who was more pessimistic in general. We gave the lens of an optimist, and you could literally see people gravitating to him in a different way. It's like, wow, that is crazy. But then the hour went by, and he went back to his default self.
Yeah.
And I think what we're curious about is, what are the reframes, the magic tricks that are sustaining, are enduring, and what is the story behind them? So I think that is a perfect way to describe the genesis of Reframe.
Yeah, so welcome to Reframe. And selfishly, I have a selfish motivation for this. I think we all do, is I want to learn from everybody.
Totally.
And one of the things we're going to do is try on some of these reframes ourselves. So Mike and I are going to figure out how it'll affect our life or not, and come back and share with the audience.
Yeah.
You know, for each guest, they're going to introduce us potentially to an idea we've never thought about ourselves.
Totally.
And then we also would love the audience to try them, and then let us know, because we're going to have like a mailbag moment where we go through and, you know, figure out how these podcasts are impacting the people listening to them, is to share, hey, I tried this on. And, you know, your mileage is going to vary, but I tried this on and now I'm a different person. I'm a better person. Or this remarkable thing happened to me. And that's kind of my hope. And I
Yeah.
think it's our hope for this
Totally.
show as well.
Yeah, I'm excited. Very nervous to commit to that, and I'm excited. That's the biggest growth comes through a little bit of discomfort. So,
Yeah, right?
totally. Well, to kick it before we get our guest on, we can't feed others dog food without eating it ourselves, or cat food.
True.
So I think I'd love for us to first talk about. Maybe we'll give it a little spicy. We'll do just what is a reframe that you yourself have had, and I'm happy to start.
Yeah, you start.
And then we'll do it for each other. And
Okay.
then we'll say what is a reframe that what is a reframe that I've learned from you, and then what have you learned from me, just so people can get a sense of the flavor profile of what we're talking about.
Ooh.
I'll start with my reframe. My reframe was last night, I think. It was a little chilly overnight, and I left the heat in our upstairs bedroom on. And growing up, I had always grew up lower middle class, more poor initially, first generation. And my parents taught me that when the heat is on, money is literally leaving the house. And like, don't turn the heat on. We're going to waste money. And money was linked to safety. And I found it was a little chilly last night, and I found myself being like, my wife was like, we should turn the heat on. I was like, no heat, no heat that you turn on. And my reframe was, wow, why am I linking this idea of safety to turning the heat on? What if I just turned it on? What bad could happen? And I separated the idea of safety and saving money in this small instance for a broader thing. And I think it sounds small, but it was definitely like a moment of living in abundance versus scarcity. But I can't tell you how many times I've thought about, should I turn the heat on or not? And I just end up putting on more clothes or more socks. And that was my personal reframe moment.
Did you feel a sense of gratitude?
I felt a sense of gratitude and relief. Yeah. And a lot of initially I felt a little unsafe. It's so weird when you feel warmth and the heat of coming out from the vents, and you're just like, I just grew up being like, we don't have enough right now. We need to save money. We need to be more conservative.
That's beautiful.
But it's just was linked to safety. And now I'm like, I no longer, we have a little, we're doing a little better now. We don't need to link this idea of loss of safety with having the heater on. But that reframe is powerful, because then it's, what does that allow us to do as a result of it?
That is very
Yeah.
powerful.
So,
Wow.
what about you?
Well, I'm going to go back to my very first reframe that I remember.
Mm-hmm.
And I was very bored. I think I was about 4 years old, 5 years old. And I have an older sister. And I went up to her and I said, Christian, I'm bored. I'm so bored. And she looked at me and she said, being bored is an insult to your intelligence. You're too smart to be bored. And it changed me forever, because I was like, wow, one, there was the validation that I was intelligent from someone I looked up to
Totally.
and revered. And then this idea that boredom is a choice, that I could do something about it, that I had the agency to do something about it, really changed me. And I think that my endless curiosity was born in that moment, because she gave me permission to go out and start asking questions and looking at everything as if it were something that I could do something with it. And so what a reframe.
Wow.
It was such a gift. She probably didn't know it at the time. That's one of the things we're going to realize in this show, is that some people have tremendous, profound impact on people with the littlest things that they do without even knowing it. So
Yeah.
my sister at the time probably had no idea.
She planted a seed that
She planted
literally
that seed.
has germinated and
Yeah.
stayed with you.
And I am who I am today because of that reframing moment as a small child. So I recommend, as you listen to this, that you go back and find that first one, because I think it'll be remarkable. And then another recommendation, if you're up for it and you're still in contact with that person, is to tell them.
Yeah. Does your sister know?
She's going to know by listening to this. Yeah. So,
Wow.
that's
Wow.
that's a gift for both of us,
Wow.
I think,
Wow.
to memorialize it in this
Yeah.
way.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Okay. Well, we'll do one final little prompt exercise because, the audience is still getting to know us as co-hosts. We gotta, I would love to, you can go first or I can go first, but to talk about a reframe we experienced with the other person.
I'll go first.
Okay.
So, one of the things that Mike, you're extraordinary at a lot of things, but one of your many gifts is creating what you call a container for people to come together and have a shared experience. Just using the word container reframed everything for me. But the thing that you say that really, really helped me show up differently in the world was that we're all an ingredient in a soup or a dish or an experience where every person who's there, so every person who's there is a flavor. And when you add all these flavors up, you get the end result that is a beautiful, beautiful experience. But a lot of people think they have to be the one thing, but maybe they're the broth, or maybe they're the chicken or the vegetable.
Or the garnish.
Or the garnish even. Garnish is important,
Yeah.
right? And I think you taught me that. And so when I go to an event, even if it's not one I'm throwing, I try to figure out what flavor am I in this event? What is my role as an ingredient so that everybody here has a good time? So there was a beautiful, beautiful reframing that you gave me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That means a lot. What flavor are you presenting right now?
Today? Oh gosh. Well, I found all this nervous energy. So what is nervous? What's a nervous flavor?
Like a
You're the chef.
My brain went to popcorn. You're
Popcorn.
like corn, and then you're like
popcorn.
you're like in the skillet, ready to pop.
Yeah, that's me right now. I'm in the skillet. I'm like got a lot of nervous energy.
Nice, amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you. My reframe that I've learned from you is maybe I'll think of it as that we are in the good old days is probably my synthesis. What I mean by that is often we think I've personally struggled sometimes with striving to get to the good old days or get to the good days and the good times. And I think you have reminded me that what if right now is the good times? Right now is the good times. And
Yeah.
to look around you and being like, there's opportunity being presented to you that you don't even realize because you're trying to get to the good times. And I find myself with that reframe being more present, just saying, this person that just talked to me, what was drawing him towards me? What adventure could I go on with him right now? Or, hey, this song that's playing, why is this song? Whoa, this song is playing because this other thing that I've been trying to work on actually is related to this person in the song. And I've just found myself just being more present, but also looking for the secrets that are around me that is just ingredients of the good times. So that is my reframe. And I find myself being more present. My friends have said, how are you noticing more things? And I just said, well, I'm just, that's my reframe.
Right?
So,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
beautiful. I love
Yeah.
that so much.
yeah,
And we're going to touch on that a little bit later about the things you can notice when you're more present,
totally. Yeah.
and what kind of doors they open.
Yeah.
That reframe can open for you.
Yeah. Well, with that was a good opening.
Right?
Well, do you want to maybe introduce our guest first, and then
Would
we'll
love to
invite him up?
introduce our guest. Absolutely.
Yeah. What do we think? Do we think it's better to have him seated up while we introduce him, or do you think it's more we invite him on stage? What do you think?
I think I'm going to introduce him and then he'll appear.
Great.
It'll be like a magic trick.
Magic
It's
trick.
like,
Because
ta-da!
I'll move next to you. He'll sit here. So
Yeah, exactly.
Great.
Well, there, ta-da.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited, Mike, about our our very first inaugural guest is Lee Jacobs, who is my co-founder. He is our founder of Long Journey Ventures. And I've known him now, I think we counted up the years recently. It's close to 10 years. And I have a lot of opinions of how I've seen him change over the years. But he's coming to share a remarkable story with us. It's a very vulnerable story. It's a philosophical reframe. And I think we're figuring out the beats of this show, but I think we're always going to let people know what kind of reframe we're going to do, because philosophical is one, and there's business reframes, there's parenting reframes, there's all different kinds of reframes. And so probably some portion of our show will be philosophical.
We'll come with an ingredients with a nutrition list of the types of reframes.
Exactly. So if you're not into philosophy, this is the time for you to walk away. But I recommend that you stay.
Yeah.
But Lee Jacobs' journey is fantastic. He's an amazing person, and I can't do him justice right now explaining any more, because I think, I really want him. It's going to be a very raw, very personal story, and I think he's very brave to come on here to tell it. And I think people are going to see a beautiful human being, and why
The person we see.
the person we see, and why he's my co-founder, and why he's our leader. And then we'll get into what he built and what came out of the reframe, because this reframe is why we're actually here. If you think about it, if he hadn't had this reframe, we wouldn't even be sitting at this table.
Totally.
So I am grateful. I am thankful.
Oh, that's powerful. Yeah.
Yeah, we get to do this.
Makes sense as a first guest. That's
Right?
great. Okay.
Yeah. So welcome, Lee Jacobs, general partner of Long Journey Ventures, our fearless leader. We're excited to have him here today.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a great idea for you to introduce your guest. We kind of like the idea of the magic trick. We're like, oh, that would be great. So I think what I want to have you do is go. And with that, I would like to introduce our guest, Mike. And then just stop, and then we'll blink in with Mike just sitting there.
Okay.
You mean Lee with Lee?
Yeah, Lee.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
So should I should stand there and we do it?
No, go ahead. Oh, that's right.
Because
gonna show up
he's
over
me here.
He's not going to be there.
Yeah.
Why don't you do? Why don't I get out of it and then she can just do it? That's easy.
No, from the shot, just go, be like, da da da. And here is Lee Jacobs. And both of you just go like,
Yeah, okay, great.
and snap.
I love it.
And you'll be there, and he'll be here.
That's
That's
good.
fun.
I love it.
Okay.
I think
I
it's
like
all
that. Magically
So
weird.
just go, and with that, let's introduce Mike.
Yeah, I'll let you. I'll let you. Yeah.
All right. Well, with that, let's introduce Lee Jacob. Or sorry, not introduce.
Lee Jacobs. Yeah.
Yeah. And with that, I'd like to welcome Lee Jacobs.
Oh, that's great.
I like that.
That was great. Great direction.
I'm gonna work that transition.
You need more water?
You're going to yes and?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes and.
Yeah. Okay. So tell
I
me
like the
about-
idea of being honest and vulnerable about how we're feeling, even if we're shaky, even if we're
Yeah,
great.
just be like, I'm nervous.
It,
Thanks
it
for
made
leaning
us
into
pay
no
attention.
problem.
Yeah.
I felt myself more curious about you, which
Yeah.
is kind of the goal. So it's like leading with vulnerability.
Yeah, just be vulnerable.
Yeah,
So, there's Rocky.
yeah.
We'll let you
to
call us
start.
in. I'll
Yeah.
let me know what you need me to do from a.
Quickly, go ahead and put your microphone a little bit. You can bring your microphone down toward you.
Me. Okay.
And you got to put your headphones on.
Oh right. Yeah.
Camera's just a little. But
We're gonna lower your seat.
Okay. Yeah. It feels high.
If I see too high.
Well.
Actually, you're gonna need to sit on it a little bit of weight.
Okay. Ooh, there we go.
Oh, I see.
was that too much? I
think it's
that
a
was
little
too
too
much.
much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bring it up a little bit.
Yeah, it's just
You
this.
just stand up and.
Yeah, it's that.
Sorry.
Yep, right there.
How do we go lower?
How does it go up?
You should be able to pull it up.
Or not. There we go.
Can you lower this one too?
How's that?
Ben?
Yeah, let's lower his chair.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah. Mike should be the lower because I think we're all.
I think it's okay.
Okay.
Well, because the mic's down here.
Oh. Oh, the mic's down there, so I should be lower. You think?
Yeah, so it's just this this tab here on the side.
Yeah, I pulled it. It didn't go down.
Oh no.
It's
Oh,
okay.
I know why. That one does.
I feel like I'm watching outtakes. You know how you watch outtakes?
Yeah.
I'm actually watching.
You're watching it. Outtakes happen.
Yeah.
Okay, no, as long as I'm not too.
Nah, you're fine.
Should I switch seats with Cyan then if I'm a little taller than her? Or?
No, actually, you're perfect. Right
Okay,
where
great. I'm perfect.
And if you get cold, you got a blanket.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, or I need some comfort.
Yeah, if you need some comfort, and I got Rocky.
Yeah, I can see that. I love
Yeah.
you doing that. I've definitely done that before. Yeah.
This is so great, you guys.
Yeah.
Actually,
I want to know the story of the flower.
tiny bit more.
Oh, I got.
Down a little.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
Yeah,
tell you
sure,
in a minute.
sure.
Yeah.
So I'll just go
Maybe,
slow.
yeah, maybe like an inch if it goes down anymore. Yeah, perfect.
How's that?
Yeah, and then you're more on mic.
Beautiful.
A little more great.
I mean, you're perfect. You're
Nice.
lined up perfectly in the camera. I didn't even have to touch that.
Great. Tell me when to start, and I will enter via the magic trick.
Nice.
I do want to know the story of the flower at some
Can
point.
you guys switch to camera 3, please? Or camera 1, I'm sorry. Camera 3? There you go. Okay, so this is what you're going to look like.
Great.
You like the eye?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do I look too?
Mike didn't miss
do
a thing.
Do I look too high?
That's entirely up to you.
Is there any such thing?
Yeah. Okay. That's great.
That's a double meaning too.
Great. That's great. Okay. I love it. So, and mic wise, we just get close, huh? Okay, great.
Yeah, that's pretty
Can your chair go up at all?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I'm saying we should just switch chairs if we need her to be higher because this doesn't go down.
Let's do that.
Yeah. That's the magic.
Just because I think the mic is blocking a little bit too much of your face.
Oh, the magic
Yeah.
trick too is I have a
So you
different
can get
blanket.
up and over
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That's going to be an interesting
A
cut.
switcheroo blanket.
That's going to be an interesting cut because the blanks are going to
There we go. Now we're head.
All right. Yeah.
Ah, that looks okay.
That looks
There
good.
we go. See?
Now we're talking.
All right.
I
Fair,
should do
fair,
stage
fair.
direction.
Cool.
You should be a producer.
Thank you.
Maybe I am.
Let me see if I've got this under my chair. Hold on.
Okay, fine.
Okay. That way I'm not dragging it on the ground.
Yeah, that looks amazing.
I am. I'm gonna get present right now.
All right.
You guys wanna get present with me?
Yeah, let's do
Yeah.
it.
Okay. Let's do like one breath,
You want me to get out of the room?
another breath. Feel your body a little bit. What you got? Nice. That's my yeah, exactly.
Jazz hands.
Totally. And we're just at the kitchen table.
Yep, that's right. Exactly.
Yeah.
We're just hanging out. It's just us.
Yeah.
There's no one watching.
You usually don't sound with so much. Well, sometimes you do sound with so much pureness in my ears, but now I really get it. I get to hear Cyan and Mike really in my ears now.
It's kind of crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It'd be fun to actually have meetings like this because it actually forces you to be present in a different way when you hear one another.
Totally.
So-
Totally.
It's kind of neat. It's a neat idea, actually.
Okay. Should we start? I mean, I'll
How did you get here?
that would be my question. Where am I, guys?
Welcome.
Welcome to
Thanks
Reframe.
for landing. Thanks for
Yeah.
landing. Welcome to Reframe.
Okay, yeah. Here I am with two of my favorite people. What's happening? You guys you have Rocky. What's happening? What's going
how
on?
did I end up with Rocky? We'll introduce Rocky later, but this is Rocky. I'm going to hold on to Rocky for a little while, but we'll get to meet Rocky in a bit. First of all, thank you so much for being the first guest of Reframe and for coming on and for telling your story. And I can't wait to hear it. And I know that it's going to be a vulnerable moment. And I'm just want to share with you how I feel right now, that I love you. And I know this is hard, but I think the audience, I like to visualize things, and I'm visualizing, the audience hearing this story and being impacted by it. And we can cut all that, but
Yeah, thank you for
That's for
saying
you.
that. Yeah,
That's for me.
Thank you. I love you, and as we'll get to, like, you were such a huge part of. I love what you guys just said. That moment of this thing that I was watching on the couch, and you guys doing your thing, wouldn't have happened if I didn't have this reframe. And that's what got me into my heart. I could see Mike have the same feeling. It was like, holy shit, like, what's possible when you can reframe things. I literally saw it in front of me, like live.
well, let's start there, I think. I assume we're just going to go straight into it.
Yeah.
What I'd like to know is who you were before this reframe. Who
Yeah.
was Lee Jacobs,
Yeah.
and how long ago was this when this
Yeah.
happened?
Yeah. So the reframe happened in July of 2017. And before that, I think I know I was someone who was afraid to be myself. I was afraid to what other people would think of me. I was afraid of being bad, being people think I was bad. I was afraid of frankly, I was afraid of risk. I was in I always loved risk, and I always knew it was important to push the edge of things, but I kind of didn't push too far. I went to like a job that felt a little scary, but not all the way. And I always like had a reason. I held back. I think that's the best way to say it. I'd held back, and I didn't believe in myself. I didn't believe in who I am and what I had to give to the world. And I was playing small, and and I just wasn't. I wasn't all of me. I didn't believe in who I was and what was possible. If I didn't think I had any impact, I didn't think I mattered. I'm gonna really think about that question. I thought my self-worth was tied to, how much I had made, how much I'd accumulated, or what other people thought of me, not from myself. I didn't really experience joy in the same, in a way. I wasn't present. I was a child more than anything. Yeah, I was a child.
Well, you're still a child.
Totally. Yes. Yeah. There's good. Thank you. Reframing.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
Yeah. What I meant by that is, I thought I needed others. I thought I needed other people to tell me that I was on the right path, or do things, give me permission to want to be myself and to say the things that I believed in my heart. I was afraid. So I think when I thought I was a child, I was like afraid of the world.
How did you think people saw you then? Like, what was your perspective of how the world viewed you?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think from this view, I think what people thought of me then was I was probably pretty cold. There would be moments of warmth, but for new people, I probably came off as cold and always self-absorbed, thinking about myself rather than others. Probably a nice guy, but not heart-centered, not someone who was with you. They were always somewhere else. I was probably always somewhere else. What was the perception of others of me?
Did you get that feedback from people?
Now I think I see it, but I think I wasn't even paying attention to really get what the impact I had on others was. And probably not grounded and just sort of all over the place and kind of like a kid jumping around, And I do think you do want to jump around as a kid, and it's fun, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it's jumping around because you wanted to get out of where you were. I just wanted out. Maybe that's the better way to put it.
Well, I have the benefit of having met you around that time, before this reframe, and I saw an ambitious person who was trying all kinds of different things and throwing spaghetti at the wall.
Yeah.
And I never sensed that insecurity. I felt that you were very welcoming. I remember we both started at AngelList at the same time, the same week, I think, even.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember a lot of people, they were kind to me, but no one would ask me to go out and have a cup of coffee or go for a walk because you have wiggles and you got to get them out, as we all know.
Yeah.
And but you did. You came over and you said, "Hey, let's go get a cup of coffee. Let's hang out. Like, who are you? What's your story?"
Mm-hmm.
And so I think you are deeply curious about other people and their story. And I know this is how you felt at the time,
Mm-hmm.
and that was very real
Yeah.
to you. But I just want to let you know that the world may have seen you a little differently.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean,
It's funny
Wow.
how that works, right?
totally. Yeah, the one thing I was just thinking as you were saying it, because it's interesting what you were to me then. I was very curious about you and who you were and you and the humanity of you. You had this way of being, but I think the other thing that I realized was that you validated me in a way that I needed validation. And so, now I think our relationship is one of peers where we're pushing each other and
For
growing.
sure.
And you do inspire me. Both of you guys really inspire me. But it was outward. The distinction, I guess,
And
is like,
extrinsic.
yeah. It's like internally, it was like, what does Mike solve for me? Make me feel better about myself, or he likes me, or Cyan likes me. Cyan did an investment that I did. She likes me. I feel better. But I think to take to where it can go is I realize that I believe in my capacity to inspire you to be yourself. And I think that's the difference, and I get to stand in that. And your example earlier of the reframe you said was, you realized that, I don't know what the way of being was before, but you realized that you could be an ingredient in the thing, that you had something to do and say. And frankly, like I didn't before this reframe, I didn't think I had any voice. My voice didn't matter. I didn't have a place. I didn't even think about an ingredient. I was just, there for, I didn't even think about, frankly, didn't think about others probably, as much as I should have.
Before we get to maybe this turning point, the
Yeah,
reframe
sure.
moment, could you tell us a little more about just you talked a little bit about your internal monologue, like what was going on inside of, what are the stories that you told yourself, and how did the patterns or behaviors that, maybe before reframe, what might illuminate
Yeah.
that version of you?
I mean, it's kind of like survival, one of survival of like, the world is a scary place, and I have to survive. Whether it's like get a better job or just do anything to just survive, to make it to the next day. It was I guess a pessimistic view. And I think one thing that's important here is, as I talk about this reframe, and I think this moment is the most, we'll talk about it in a minute, but the most poignant example of the hardest thing I ever went through and the growth that came out of it. And I do think what's true is that, I think what's so cool about your podcast is that every day we get to reframe too. So I'm not here to say I'm Buddha. I'm certainly not Buddha. And this moment we're going to talk about was a completely pivotal moment in my life. And so I just wanted to point out that, like, even in this moment earlier, I was probably a version of what I just described, because I was getting here or whatever. I ate something I didn't want to eat, so I went back to sort of the old thing. But the point is, like, the getting into the energy of the reframe is the way we can reframe, is the way I get back to where I was.
Or as you like to tell me, every moment we get to choose.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. And yeah, exactly. Well said.
Yeah,
So now I get to choose where I am right now.
that's right.
Thank you for that. Yeah. And so by thinking about the reframe, I get to go back into where I am right now. And now I'm feeling much more connected to you guys as a consequence. So we're doing it live here, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, what happened?
Yeah.
So what was the beginning of the reframe, and walk us through that transition, if
Yeah.
you could.
So in 2017, there was a news article that came out about me that said that I had done something really bad to another woman, and it was written in an in a blog that a lot of people here in Silicon Valley read. And I will just go right back to the moment. I remember where I was when I saw that that article had come out. I was walking on 19th, right by Dolores, and my heart, it's like I felt paralyzed. I couldn't. I honestly didn't know if I could run or walk. I didn't know where I was. It was like I disassociated, basically. And then I ran home. I remember running home. And why it was so impactful to me was this was the example of for someone who was afraid of who they were and not sure of their place in the world and did care what other people think. The example of me going out into the news and having this thing say about me was so confronting. I couldn't even believe that this was happening. It was the worst thing that I could imagine could happen. And all these thoughts came up of holy shit, I'm a terrible person. I can't believe this happened. This impact is going to have on my family. I had just married Becca to about a year. My career was over. I went from thinking I had to survive to feeling like I was going to die. I remember, it's bits and pieces. I remember being on the floor of my apartment, under a table, because I was afraid of I needed to crunch up and be somewhere. I was under a table, and I just didn't think there was much left for me to do. It was it's over. I couldn't imagine, So I guess it was confirming of all the things that I believed about myself, that I was terrible, I wasn't worthy, that the world didn't care, that I got gotten or something like that. And I was extremely paranoid also. I remember days after I couldn't walk outside. I thought that there was undercover police after me or something. And I just felt, I was afraid. It exacerbated all the things that I said to you earlier. It, when you sort of sometimes life will press buttons at you and remind you of the things you feel. But this was a total,
real gut punch.
Yeah. Just it's so confronting with all these things. And it felt overwhelming. And oof. So it just, I don't know. Any other questions? You guys are getting good stuff out of here. Me.
No, I think, I don't know where to start here. So you're on the floor, on the bottom of your desk, crunched up in a confined space.
Yep.
And something draws you out. Did you reach out to anyone, or did anyone reach out to you?
Well, first, Becca was there. I think that's really the key. My unbelievable wife. She was there. Was never a question. She was physically there and with me, and we were just talking this morning. She remembered that she had to give me, she basically held me pretty often in that time.
She has a lot of gifts.
Mm-hmm.
She's very good at being present as one of them.
And holding space.
Yeah, totally. And I needed that. You called about an hour, maybe 30 minutes after. You were the first person to call. And you were my angel.
I remember sitting at my desk, and that article, I don't ever read really these blogs, to be honest with you. So I don't even know what drew my attention to it or why I was even looking at it that day. That's,
Wow.
I've thought about this often. Like, that was not a site I went to every day. It was not part of my routine.
I don't know why you called either. So
It
I want to
popped
hear
up.
this.
Well, I can tell you why. It's
the
a little
fact-
bit of a derailment, but
Well, no, go back to where you're going. What happened? You were there.
yeah.
and-
So it popped up in my feed, and I saw your name, and I was like, oh, what is this all about? And then I clicked on it, and because I've known you for so long, and I had been with you at South by Southwest, and I'd worked with you at AngelList, and I'd conspired with you in good conspiracies, on the various different projects that we had, I think of myself as a good judge of someone's character, of their true nature. And I knew it wasn't real. I knew it. But most importantly, I had another friend, Mike Arrington, who this happened to. And because he was actually rough around the edges and a gruff person, the celebration of his demise came very swiftly. And as his friend, I didn't feel like I stood up for him. I didn't feel like I was public enough or vocal enough because I was scared, because I was not established yet. I wasn't the Cyan you're sitting here with, in my power. I wasn't brave. I was a coward. And I was ashamed of all of these things. And there was no amount of apologizing to Mike that was going to fix that. But in that moment, I knew I had another friend, someone I also loved and cared about, was going through this. And I thought to myself, I have to do something. I have to call you. I have to let you know that it's going to be okay. I remember that conversation. I said, are you sitting down? It's going to be okay.
Yeah,
We'll get out of this.
I remember too. I was lying down. I wasn't sitting.
Yeah.
I was on the floor. Yeah.
What was it like to get that call?
My first instinct was, oh, fuck. Like, Cyan's calling something. She must know something that I don't know. I mean, it was paranoia. But there was also, like, we were, when you meet people, you have this feeling of, like, this person is someone is, like, from another life, and that was definitely the feeling I got with Cyan. And
I remember we were on speakerphone with you and Becca. And I remember talking to Becca because I got to know her through this.
Yeah, wow. I hadn't thought about that. And so, yeah, my first, so I picked up the phone because I knew that there was a gift there was something that I needed to hear, because at the time my phone did go off a lot. There were other like reporters and other things happening, and it was like the world was coming at me fast. But I picked up the phone and I knew I should. And, yeah, on the surface level, there was a feeling of like, okay, here's someone, because I was afraid of losing everything, my life, and I really looked up to you as this incredible angel investor, and I was like, wow, she's calling. That's awesome. That's a sign in this slightly different direction. But the deeper level, and maybe what I'm just realizing, is that what you saw in me was the thing I was starting to see.
That's right.
Yeah. And it's kind of like when you're talking about being present, you get to notice things other people don't see, and Cyan is incredible at that. Mm-hmm. And so I think she saw this thing that I didn't see in my heart. But there's like this deep down thing. It's like why we actually live. Like, why did I keep going? Why did I step outside? Why do we keep wake up? You kind of always have this little glimmer there. And she saw the light that I have, and I sensed a slight glimmer when she said that. And then the next thing I remember, sorry, we can keep going.
No, please.
No, keep going.
Next thing I remember is Jonathan Bruck, who's our venture partner, Long Journey, showing up with a bunch of donuts, which is such a bubby thing to do. When you
Very
really think
bubby.
about it. Because, food is the way to the hearts of the Jews. And like what grandmas would do is show up with some food. He showed up with, he'd left work I didn't even know how he knew or what happened. It was all a blur. He left work. He was downtown. He left work. He had stopped. He was like, what am I going to do? Walk outside. There's some donuts for Lee. Lee needs some donuts. And he came over and gave me some donuts. And, John and I were good friends, but this experience is the thing that, and we'll get to the gift, of course. But this is the experience that really brought us to be brothers. And he was just all in. He just was there for me. And continuing in the theme of like what people see that you don't sometimes, he knew me and saw the thing that I hadn't, my light, and knew that, he was going to take a stand for it, because John takes a stand for what he believes in more than anyone I've ever met. So he showed up with some donuts. I believe $20,000, which he knew that I was in the, if you're in the world of scarcity, one of the things is easy to think about is money, and like
He just removed it.
he just knew where I was. He saw me, and he came with a check, and I was floored. I mean, it wasn't how he knew, like he's not my parent. He's not even related to me. I mean, it's just, and he fucking knew. And, him and Dan Skolnick were kind of like, I think they used to have like conference calls about me, without me, with Becca. There was a whole team that it created. The world just created support. And so John was there the entire process through that really dark moment. I mean, there was a team of people that I can go and thank, but John was there with the donuts. Yeah. I think the moment I mean, there's so many, now you're bringing me back here. I think, this is, sometimes you have moments in your life where like, this is the thing. And when we talked about this earlier, it felt like a different moment. But what I think I'm realizing is that this forced me into a presence that at the deepest level that I was forced to make a decision. Do I want to continue?
Real survival.
Yes. Well said.
You had a fiction in your mind that you were surviving, and then suddenly you got shoved into a forest.
Yes.
Totally.
Into the wilderness.
Into the wilderness.
Yeah. Real survival. And
Real survival.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm in touch with your choices you've made in your life to have to really survive. And so there's this moment when you're just like, you make a choice. You can either literally kill yourself. I mean, it can be that simple, or you keep going. And, the seeing of what other people saw was the first glimpse. And then, so there's moments, John and Becca, Cyan, Dan, but I think the moment I thought before, and this is sort of tying into why I'm here now, why you're here.
Why we're here.
Yeah, why you're here, is one of our founders called me, and his name's Alessio. It's, of course, Cyan and I, of course, invested together because everything is linked in some way or another. And Alessio was this guy that I believed in before most people did. He was a Brazilian entrepreneur who came over from Brazil. His English wasn't awesome. And I just remember just paying attention to what I saw in him, and saw that he had built this really amazing product that people were not even willing to look at. And yeah, I introduced him to someone who led his seed round, and introduced him to Cyan, who ended up investing in Founders Fund, and was a spark in his own voyage. And so that's like what Alessio was before. And then Alessio called, and he said, Lee, I want you to know that I wouldn't be where I am today without you. And I was in this place of just deep presence and just like the world, like deep I was in touch with what mattered, is the best way to put it. Because when everything else gets stripped away, I had already, in my mind, lost everything.
Right.
You know? And so all you have is your body and this thing in front of you. And so that's kind of one of the gifts of going deep, going there. He called and said, my life would be very different without you. And, you know, at the time he had gone on to do more things and the business was really working and he had all these employees. And I did, you know, people have said things like that to me before and probably for anyone, but it really hit because I really believed it.
Why?
Yeah, why?
What were you feeling?
Well, I think I was present to really take it in.
To really understand it and integrate it.
Really, really hear it. My heart was
The
open.
love
Yeah.
in that moment.
Yes. Yes.
And what made you present in that moment? Why?
You know, like before the sun comes up, it's the darkest.
The darkest hour before the dawn. When there's nothing to search for, when there's no distraction, there's no like when you're not in the future, when you're not what am I going to do tomorrow? What am I going to eat tomorrow? What am I eating now? Do I have to go to the bathroom? The only thing left is this inner question of like, what's in front of you? And what I saw was his belief in what I had done for him. And I had never been so present and in ability to take it in than that moment.
His belief and your belief.
Yeah.
In him.
Yes.
Did that give you the courage to get out from under the desk?
Yes.
To step outside
Yes.
into
Yes.
the light?
Yes.
Yeah, what happened right next? Give us the
Yeah.
play-by-play of after that call.
Oh, I cried. I cried when he said it. Immediately he said it, I started bawling. And because at that moment I was in touch with who I was. And the story of the things I had said, you know, about me, that I'm terrible, don't deserve to be in the world, I'm a terrible person, everyone's after me, all these things that just were versions of a quiet voice had been getting louder, basically. And I was crying. It was tears of joy. Joy and sorrow are the same. They're just one side of another thing. You are so sad because you love the thing. You love the thing. It's all about love, you know? So I don't know, sorrow, joy, whatever you want to say, but I fucking was bawling. And it was just knowing that like, and then the decision became empowering. And yes, I walked out metaphorically. There were ups and downs. I mean, look, you go back and forth, but the reason I remember this moment was it's like the turning point is like, there are many more Alessios out there. And it is my responsibility and our responsibility and what we do at Long Journey and us as people with our families and everyone we see in the world is to give our gift, to be that ingredient.
To be in service to others.
Yes.
Isn't it beautiful that the path to the redemption was in service of others?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, that's when you see the gift.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw that gift. It was about outward facing. It's funny. Scott just said something to me yesterday that I'm thinking about. Scott is, you know, your
He's my husband.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was talking about how to build habits and stuff like that, and he said, you know, for me, when I think about what it means to others, is how I make change.
That's powerful.
Yeah, it really resonates with me, and it's what happened with Alessio. When I take take it on that I have a gift to give, and that I can inspire others. There's nothing like it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
it's really not about me.
Service. Yeah.
It's really about what it did for them.
Mm-hmm.
I saw what it did for Alessio, and I was like, wow. And there's more to do.
Mm-hmm.
I have more of a gift to give, and all of us have more gifts, and it's like this virtuous cycle. And when given the choice, you could just shut down and literally kill yourself, or you could keep going.
Yeah. There's a lot of people, by the way, that are going to be listening to this, and we live in a day and age where young children especially have to deal with a kid at school spreads gossip about them, because they overheard something at a party or something, and they post it and they bully them online, and they feel like it's permanent, that they can never escape this rock of shame.
Yeah.
How did you crawl out from under the rock after this? Because, you experienced it, then you got this reframe.
Yeah.
You obviously stepped out the door into the
Yeah.
light, and you've clearly helped many people since then. But what was the first step of picking up that rock, that boulder, and regaining yourself again? I think of you as relentless.
Yes.
Mm.
Well, yes, that's well said. Thank you. Yeah. I think there's an inner, it's just back to sort of the spirituality of, there's this inner light that has shined for generations and generations in my family. I mean, all of us, the fact that we're all here are literally miracles, because many of us haven't made there. Our bloodlines are here. This, all of us. And so, yeah, it's the belief that you have a gift that gives you the strength to keep going. If that makes sense. It's like, yes, the relentlessness comes from the belief in the gift. We are relentless because we believe we have more to give. That's this cycle. What is going to get you through that wall? It's the belief that you have more to give. And so what got me there was like, I have a lot more to give. I knew it. I fucking knew it. And then it was just, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
From here. Let's go.
Mm.
And so I don't know if that answered your question.
Yeah, I also just I have two more. Well, I have another
keep
side
going.
quest here. Did this guy have anything to do with?
Mm-hmm.
I brought him for a reason.
This is Rocky Raccoon. I've heard about Rocky Raccoon, but maybe
Yeah.
other people can meet Rocky.
Rocky was given to me by my parents, and
I think we should hand it over and
yeah. Thank you. Well, I loved watching
There you go.
Cyan with it.
Yeah.
It's our little happy thing. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I probably got this when I was 4 years old or something like that. And my dad used to sing the song Rocky Raccoon to me, and I think there's a connection with his joy in particular. And my dad I think he's an artist. We have some of his, I know he's an
He's an
artist.
extraordinary artist.
We have some of his pictures in the, our office, and you guys
Amazing.
have known that it's meant a lot to me to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And, this Rocky is an example of the Berkshires and this happy place for him. And the music, he loves the Beatles. Yeah, and it's the symbol of life. It's like, it's why we're here. So, when I think back at this, I think there's the remembrance of the joy I have as a child when you're in your real self, when you really are you and you're present and you're just having so much fun. And yeah, and for me, it's a memory of like what's possible for myself.
Mm-hmm.
What's the reframe? What's on the other side of the reframe?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Potential.
Yeah, exactly. And so, this is in my youngest daughter's room now, and hopefully she listens to this at some point in her life, and she understands what this meant and what it can be for her. Because look, life goes on, and there's moments where we're all going to need reframes, and if you have these things, you can hopefully they're acceleration paths to going back.
Mm-hmm.
Magic tricks
Yeah.
that stick.
Literally
Yeah.
enduring
Enduring
magic
magic
tricks.
tricks.
Yeah.
Lee, I want to go back a quick moment when you were talking about this moment with John. I watched you get really emotional. I just want to ask you, what was going on for you there? Why was that? Did that hit so hard?
Yeah, good question. There's a few things. One is I own the fact that I haven't been as good of a friend to John as I wish I was. So there's a bit of sadness on the other side of the love. I love him so much, and then there's a sadness that I can be better, but you can't. But it's really about the love, so I guess I'm in touch with the love, how much love I have for him. John was, life's full of angels, and the first person I really met in Silicon Valley was John. And for me, it was so I was off I had just made a step. I had just done something that felt scary. It was scary to leave the East Coast, leave my comfortable life and go into San Francisco. And I was, I was afraid. I was all those things. I was all the things that I said I was. And John sat with me at 17th and between 17th and 18th on Valencia Street, and just he saw what was possible for me. At that point, very few people had seen that or see that, and I just I think the answer to your question was I just got in touch with that gift that he gave me and has given me over and over again. So the $20,000 is nothing in the scope of what he has given me. And again, it's like every time that I've cried and been in my heart, it's like a sense of worthiness that comes back up. It's like that it's the same energy that I had when Alessio called. It's like, I have a responsibility, and the gift is a responsibility. And I'm looking at you, Cyan, because you've taught me this too. It's like, you've created so much in your life, and you and Scott are so committed to the responsibility you have for the world. And it's fucking beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah. So at any time, that's what that was for me.
I think Jonathan loves you unconditionally is what you're feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times we think that comes from a parent or a sibling or for us, for our own children. And so sometimes it's a shock when you realize that there's a person who has no rational reason other than to be your loving friend, to love you unconditionally. I think that's what I'm feeling. Am I nailing it?
Yeah, because it wasn't about anything I had done.
Exactly. He just wanted to love you.
It wasn't about what I had created or how much money I had or not or whatever. It wasn't about what I helped him with. It wasn't transactional.
Right. He's not a transactional person.
We both know that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
What was it about then for you? So if it wasn't transactional, then how did you experience it?
Infinite.
Infinite.
The opposite of transactional. Transactional is a limited end. It's a business deal. There's a clear one thing or other. Infinite is a game that keeps going.
Yeah. I think obviously Jonathan has boundaries, but I've experienced this love from him from day one. And if you are lucky enough as a listener to run into this man, he has an abundance of love and curiosity. And I'm going to gush about him for a moment because this is how we can have gratitude for what happened in the past.
Yes.
Is to acknowledge how special Jonathan is. And he, I get texts from him for all hours of the day with check out this article, read this thing. And if I have a problem in my life, he deeply thinks about it and he cares and he tries to find a solution. And, I sometimes wonder how am I ever worthy of having this friend? And because he is so bright, because he does shine so bright, all of the Brucks do. I mean, that is a special family. We'll have to bring them
They'll be
on
the show.
Yeah.
We'll have to bring them on so you can meet the Brucks because they are extraordinarily lucky people. And I have a feeling it's correlated
Totally.
with this love.
From their bubby.
Yeah. We'll
Yeah.
talk about their bubby and get into that. I'm curious now.
I want to take
Rocky.
I'll take Rocky for a spin.
Yeah. Everyone gets a little love. Gets to get Rocky.
You want a little bit of Rocky love?
All right, let's take it all out there, guys.
Yeah, let's take it out.
Went
So
lot
I
of
want to
directions.
I want to know how you climbed out of this. So obviously, you know, you had a job at the time, you lost your job.
Yep.
And so let's start there about what did
Yeah.
it feel like to lose your job when you, especially when you're in this mindset of I've lost everything, then you do lose your job.
Yep.
How did you pick up the pieces from there? And, you know, I know that there was some pieces that you had to do with the job.
Yep.
And so maybe you can walk us through that as well.
Yeah, I think you know, back to the, you know, the order of things maybe not matter, but the, you know, the timing of these things is all maybe off, but you know, from the place of like the capacity to inspire others, like, you know, there's a shift. There is this shift of like, I am capable of creating again. And I remember thinking, even if I had lost everything, this is the ultimate thing. How did that get created? I created it.
Right.
I can just do the magic trick again. Well, like, I'm still here with all the capacity, all the things that I had before. I'm even wiser now. Like, it is this inner belief in the ability to just make it happen again. So, you know, there's so many examples of people that have like gone rock bottom and come back up, and I think and gone over, and I think it is this realization that it is an inner belief in your capacity to create. And so, yeah, the details, you know, I went on and was like, all right, I had this little fund at the time. It was Edelweiss, this like $1.5 million fund. And I was even more determined than I was before, because, you know, before, the way of being before was like, yeah, I kind of knew that I could help people. I thought I had good instincts on investments. I was making these things, but from there, that this thing, after the reframe, it was like, it became a responsibility. It's something I had to do. It was I can't not do.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have that energy and you believe in yourself, it just goes, it flows.
So that is your higher purpose. It's funny. I've been asking you for this.
So many times. Just tell me what you just heard. What did you hear? Holy shit.
Your higher purpose is to fan the flames of entrepreneurs'
Of the entrepreneur's soul. Yeah,
soul.
Yeah.
And to believe in them.
Yes.
To be their second believer.
Yes.
That is your purpose.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
That's what gets you up every day.
Yep.
Yeah, it's funny. We finally distilled it.
I know.
I love this.
I know. Thank you. Live. You're hearing it here. It'll be on our website in one day. Yes.
You also cleared your name.
Yes. Yes.
So I want to talk about that too.
Yes.
Because this thing happened, and I assume some portion of the money that Brooke lent to you or gave you went towards this, but you were able to have an investigation done and clear your name.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, coming from the place of knowing of my own worth and like who I was, like that I had more to give to the world, created the strength to like go through that process of clearing my name, which was not easy. You know, now things can be written and they are permanent out there in the world, and
Everyone's a journalist, or they think they are.
yeah, and I had to put one foot for the other, and you know, from going through this investigation, which was really scary. I mean, there was an ex-FBI agent that I had to go talk to. There was never any criminal anything in this at all, but I had to talk to this third-party consultant that was hired. But he was an ex-FBI agent, and I had to be under, answer a lot of questions. And I remember, being in the hallway right before I had to go in and talk to them, and psyching myself up and getting back into the touch of like why I was there. So, the memory of the reframe, the energy of it, the feeling of it is the thing that carries you through. So I went in there and told the truth, and did put myself out there, knowing that there was nothing to hide. And I think that's a huge part of it. You're so like, I think maybe another way to
You're
say
almost
it,
naked.
yes, yes. The way I
Right.
was before was hiding because it wasn't worthy. There's something to hide. When you're just, I mean, here we are today. Like just,
Can't get more naked than this.
yeah. Well, I would argue with you on that, Simon.
A little bit more
Emotionally.
naked.
You know,
a little
yeah,
bit more
emotionally.
naked.
yeah. It's funny because you started Zivity and you proved that. But anyway,
This is far more naked, trust me.
yeah. I bet. Yeah, I bet.
Soul bearing.
This is down to the bone.
Soul bearing.
So yes, so that strength, and then look, like the other things are like not so far after. Oh man, I never really thought about this. We'll have to clear this with Chase if we end up putting this out there.
Yeah.
But Chase had a hard transition from his job at his from Polychain into Crusoe, and there's a lot of similarities for him in different ways. And I ended up, I think helping him after that had happened and understanding it. And so I started becoming someone who could give a gift that I had received. And this is another one of these fucking things that just...
Well, we're in a fun house of mirrors.
Huh.
So you start to see your mirrors when you become more present of what, because think about it, we only perceive each other.
Uh-huh.
It's not reality.
That's true.
So how do
That's
you
true.
perceive someone is with your set of beliefs or what you
Yeah.
think of the world. And so you start to see other people that you can identify
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
So that makes
yeah.
sense that you would
Totally.
gravitate towards that.
And then, I met and I was there for him during this time, and then he told me about what he was building with Crusoe, and I was confident in my belief of what I thought I saw or what I knew I saw, and was a second believer and believed in the business. And so that another investment that I also really think about during that time, it's really interesting, is MindBloom. And I don't think I would have understood what was in Dylan's heart and what is in Dylan's heart if I hadn't had this happen.
If you hadn't experienced that darkness,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yes.
That really makes sense.
To feel stuck and then
Yeah.
can't go out of it.
Yeah.
Because you might have thought life, it's hard and I'm struggling and I'm surviving, but you had not actually experienced real
Yes.
profound darkness before.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Well
Yeah.
said. And the capacity for the psychedelic medicine to heal, and to go into and to get you in touch with that belief. And so, Dylan showed up, and it was like, I mean, where have you been? I'm the right guy for you at this moment.
Yeah.
What the hell? How's this happening? And we raised an SPV for that business, and it took 7 months to do that, which is insane to think
Yeah.
about. But I was relentless. I knew that this was the thing, had to be the thing, and I kept going.
So we'll get to
I'm happy to tell more story of the long journey.
yeah,
too,
yeah,
if you
no,
guys
no,
want to go
this
into
is
those
great.
details.
I think we'll get back to distill the gift and the reframe so others can practice it. Maybe what I want to capture is post reframe.
Yeah.
This is post reframe Lee. And maybe this is Lee and his light, second believer Lee. What makes for a good second believer?
Ooh,
Why
I like
is
that
that?
question.
Why is that? Because what I'm reflecting on and what we've been talking about is when you, after a reframe, you have a superpower. One has a superpower. And in this case, it is seeing something in others. But not everyone can be a second believer. So what is that for you? And why does that, and I'm imagining that's a new pattern or an evolved pattern and behavior that now you're carrying with you.
What does it take to be a second believer?
Yeah. What is
I'm going to pause there for a second because even the term second believer is a reframe. So a lot of people in our industry say, I am the first believer because they
Yeah.
wrote the check. But you reframed it.
yes.
And so
Yeah.
you're the first person I've ever heard say, I am the second believer. So let's
Yes.
start there because that in
Yes.
itself is
That's
a
great.
reframe,
Well,
right?
thank you. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Well, takes one to know one. What you see in others, you see in yourself and your capacity to believe in them. So if you see this person who believes in themselves, it's just like, it inspires your own belief in yourself to help. So it's this reciprocal thing. It's a reciprocal moment. When you're in front of magic or awe or something that's fucking beautiful, it has this worthiness about it that it is supposed to be there.
Mm-hmm.
It is, God has put it there. And when you are in touch with that, the only thing you can do is believe. So that's what I mean. It starts from outward and then comes back and flows from there. And so the second believer functionally is like believing in someone who believes in themselves. But the other example is, I think, what it really means, at least to me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you also have this thing called lunatic to leader,
Yeah.
which is by becoming their second believer,
Yeah.
someone who looks like a lunatic running
Yeah.
around believing in themselves
Yes.
suddenly becomes
Yes.
a leader
Yes.
because you are their first
Yes.
follower.
Follower.
Yes.
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 And
Yes.
we should
yes.
talk about the
Yes.
image of the video and the dancing of the person.
Yes.
Yeah.
We
Yes.
can roll clip on it, but
Yes.
do you want to tell us how that
Well, there's
encapsulates? Yeah.
There's this video. There's this TED. I used to love TED many years ago, and besides Brene Brown's vulnerability video, which has always been the thing for me, this video is always really impactful. It's a guy in a field, at a festival, in a field, listening to music, and he's up there dancing and dancing, and everyone's sitting down, and no one's paying attention to him, and he's just doing this thing, and then some guy walks up to him and is like, I like the way you're dancing over there. I'm gonna maybe dance like this. And he starts dancing.
You're magical.
Yeah, exactly. I see your belief.
I see your magic.
I see what you see.
Yeah.
I want in.
Yeah.
And then it it spirals, and then over time the seed of these people dancing, I don't know, 45 seconds later the entire festival is dancing exactly like this leader had. And to make that person a leader, it took the second believer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to make it even a little more weird. I think the video is like not even a festival; it's like a park. So
Yeah.
it's like a park where this guy. So
Yeah.
this idea of lunatics to leaders is, wow, this other guy followed this person.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something there, but
Totally.
that second person
Yeah.
supporting and
Yes.
partnering is what, in some ways, maybe this other person needed as well
Yeah.
in service.
Totally.
So it's a very much a service role.
Yeah, it's a good point. I mean, I think it's easy to get like trapped in, I can do it myself, or I didn't need it, and others, but it's okay that you need others and you do it yourself. It's like this paradox
Yeah.
that it takes to believe in that. And, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So maybe to then ask you the question again, what makes for a good second believer? Why? What are the attributes, or what is the mindset?
I mean, it starts with presence. It starts with like being where you are, and being open to the world, the gifts of the world. You have to be, in order to be present, or in order to get the gifts of the world, one has to be present. So it starts with like that, and for me, I can just speak about what's good for me. I think is trusting in what you see. There's the seeing, and then there's the inner trust of like, others may not see this. Other people will tell you it's stupid. Other people will think it's wrong, but you trust that you see the thing. And so it's the combination of those things.
It's kind of the secret to our success, really.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, exactly. Of course, I was literally thinking about
Yeah.
yes. Yeah. I mean, there have been so many times in my life that I've become much more comfortable with this emotion too. I mean, where I'm like, hey, I think there's a crazy thing over there. And I remember the feeling of like, people gonna like believe this or not? And then it's what you get into the habit of being like, I know I can, I've been here before, I can push through. And also not being attached to like being right. You're attached to the feeling, if that makes sense. You feel the feeling. You know
what
the
is the
feeling.
feeling?
The feeling is inspiration. It's awe. It's like magic. It's whatever you want to call it. It's like you've seen.
Wonder.
Yeah, it's wonder. It's exactly that. It is why we're here. It is l'chaim. It's life. We raised $181 million. 18 to the Jewish people is the symbol of life. And so that's why it's been so important to me to have that in there, because it's why we're here. All of what we do is the expansion of life.
And of joy.
Yeah. Well, joy and life are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They go
Yeah.
hand in hand.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I would love to ask you to distill your reframe now that we've seen the pre-reframe.
Mhm.
But why don't you?
Because
go
Mike
upstairs?
and I also want to go try it. That's part of
Exactly.
what we're committing to.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, I mean, I struggle with this.
Yeah.
I have people who write to me and tell me that I have inspired them, or I've believed in them, and I'm like, I'm just being me. Like, what have I done? Or I'm not worthy of these words. So I want to try something inspired by you, and so I would really love a mantra or some kind of way to
Yeah.
distill this down.
Exactly. Yeah. What is your reframe? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's two things. What I think you guys are asking is how, if I had a gift to give you, is this capacity for yourself? Is that right?
Yeah.
Like to teach you the capacity for yourself or show you the capacity.
That our belief in others can get us out of the
Yeah.
darkest times.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
and maybe
Yes.
distilling what you experienced in that moment,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe what you got. Maybe it's not the thing that you were giving, but the thing that you received.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just riffing here, but
Yeah. Because I'm it has to do with others. So I think whenever you're feeling whatever you felt, Cyan, when you get this message that says I'm not worthy, maybe you can close your eyes and imagine that person in the detail of who they are, in their eyes, what their face looks like, what their life is, who they are parents of, who their kids are, what they did the next day, or last time they smiled, last time they helped someone else, and maybe then you can see you're in touch with your care and your compassion. And when that happens, ask where the source is, where did it come from? It came from you. And then that's like, that you literally are seeing your capacity to believe in others and see what is possible for others. And so then you've proven it to yourself. Does that make sense?
what have
Yeah.
we proven? It does make
Our
sense.
capacity to believe in others.
Yes.
Okay.
I think that's how we distill this.
Exactly
That we
right.
have, each one of us has a capacity
To
Yes.
believe and see something.
and
in
to
others.
lift another human
Yes.
up.
Yes. The belief in the
And
capacity.
that belief
Yes.
can
Exactly.
actually free you,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
and
motivate you.
Yes.
And
To
the
keep going.
And the idea, I think I'm
Keep
holding what you're offering, but I'm trying to
Yeah. Keep
lay
pushing.
out
It's
lay
great,
out
it's
the
great, it's great.
ingredients and you link it to when a moment when we felt not worthy. Tell me a little bit why. Why is that anchored? Why are we seeking for this
yeah.
thing in that moment?
We're looking for triggers. Triggers are gifts.
Mm. Triggers are gifts.
Yeah.
There's a reframe.
I mean, a trigger is just a memory, is a reminding you of what's possible. It might be you might be triggered because you feel bad, but it actually is reminding you
Confront it.
in and through.
And if you resist it, it will persist.
Yes.
You'll keep getting triggered.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, you got to get through it.
Yes. Exactly.
And this is a reframe to help you get through
Yes.
a triggering event.
Yes. So anytime when you're not in yourself, you're triggered. There's a trigger. There's a thing happening, and to give you an example for you, like whatever you are telling yourself when you get this message and you don't believe it is the trigger. And so noticing it, and then thinking outward to like about the person, and then you're in touch with the compassion, and then that's the way through. The other side of it is, another way to say it is like the trigger is reminding what you don't like about yourself. What you're trying to get to is what you love about the other.
And in this case, it's the
interesting.
trigger. When we are triggered, you're linking to another person because we're assuming here that the trigger is coming from a person. Or tell me more about why the link is.
The trigger is you're choosing. There's a stimulus. Viktor Frankl. Something happened, and you're choosing to have a reaction. And the choice of the reaction is, I'm not worthy. I'm not all these things.
I'll just crawl under a rock and die.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
believe I
Yeah.
don't deserve it. Whatever the fuck. And then that's the trigger. And then from the place of choice, you're choosing to look outward at like, what is it you love about someone else? What did you see about them? And then it allows you to.
But I also think you
To
felt
shift.
like you had value. You had a purpose.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that purpose was higher than yourself.
And came
Yes.
from within.
And
Yes.
that's what drove you out of that situation.
Yes, yes, but it's a when I saw when you see other people, when I saw Alessio, when you hear you see the love coming from you, the source from you. You love it's loving yourself. I mean,
Yeah.
This is what self-love is.
Yeah.
It's funny because
literally.
it's funny
Yes.
because a lot of people this was a revelation. I used to think that self-love was because I would read magazines in line at the grocery store or whatever. It was
Yeah.
like I had to go eat some more bonbons, or I had to like
Totally.
watch Sex in the City, or I had to take a bubble bath,
Yeah,
and that was
yeah.
like self-love. But
That's so
this turns
funny.
out this is what it
yeah,
is.
this
Yeah.
is it. Yeah, totally. Yeah, totally. And yeah,
What I'm hearing you're saying is when you are feeling not worthy,
Yeah.
when I'm feeling not worthy,
yeah,
to remind myself of all I've given and the worth that I have because the energy is from within, and to
Well,
remind myself that that is abundant.
yes, and not even the past. What's happening right now?
Yeah.
What do I see in others? What do I love about someone else? That'll get you out of it. That's why I was doing these love bombs before, like, I was like sending.
Is there good love bombs? I know Gen Z, there's a negative
Ariel
love
tells
bomb.
us about negative love bombs. The idea of like making a voice note of sending it to other people. This
Yeah.
was what I was trying to do. I was trying
Totally.
to get out of the trigger of judging myself to be in touch with my heart and my love. And it is it has to do with others. And so it's not just what you've done in the past. It's like what right now? What do I love right now?
What do I love right now?
And then get into it and actually be there and then make it happen. And then you start seeing this love that comes from you. You're like, holy fuck, the self-love, I guess it's here. I guess I love this love. Okay, it's here. Came from here. It goes over there and it's still here. Wait a minute, it's still here. It hasn't left. Wait, it's still there.
Great.
And then you're like, wait, I love this. The love I love. And
You love yourself.
yeah. It sounds so fucking corny, but it's really great. It's true. And it's like, it's the
Simple. It
yeah,
sounds
and-
simple.
Yeah, and so
not
look,
corny. Not
the
corny.
thing that I would hope that people listen to this is like, and I think I said this yesterday. It's it may sound corny, or it may not sound important, or it may sound like I can do this later, or I can work on self-love after I've made several million, whatever it is the story you're saying. But what I'm here to say is that this is how I have gotten to where I am. And there's a lot more to go, huge amount to go. And this is the source of what I will create. And so hopefully when people listen to this, it's not like I'm going to do this self-love shit later,
Right. Do it now.
right now.
Self-love now.
Urgency.
Self-love now.
And that's a way to create and get the things we want. It doesn't mean you get to be a hip. You don't have to be a hippie in some, forest and not do anything in the world. That is not what we're saying here.
You
get
can
to,
if you want,
You can,
yeah,
of course,
exactly,
of course,
yeah.
of course.
That's not necessarily the default.
I think that unfortunately people think of this stuff as like not important for whatever reason. And I'm
Now,
saying it.
now you're in the dawn, right? Like it was dark and you're in the dawn.
Yeah, we're in the fucking dawn.
And you have abundance.
yeah,
You have
Yeah.
a loving family. Your family is expanded. You have
Yes.
a team,
yes,
a venture firm,
Yeah.
partners,
it's crazy and really awesome
lots of
events.
entrepreneurs that you've helped, that you've fanned their flame.
Yeah,
A lot has come from this.
I know.
yeah.
Totally.
Right?
Yeah, you were there at the beginning. That's why you're a co-founder.
It's pretty incredible. It's a pretty incredible reframe, and I'm so grateful and thankful for it because, like we said earlier, we would not be sitting here
Yeah.
had you not crawled out from under that desk.
Well, yeah.
Imagine if you'd stayed underneath it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Yeah, of
crawling
course.
out
Yeah.
from under that desk.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Anytime. Especially that one time.
Yeah. Thanks, Mike, and thanks for putting this thing together and getting me here and providing the space to do this because it was hard, but really worth doing.
Yeah. Thank you for being here with us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you're the first to do this ritual. A ritual only happens when Cyan, I'm gonna let you explain the dice ritual, but we have a little closing thing we want to do.
Yeah, I wrote down on a napkin my things. Maybe it's
I
over
think it's
there.
over there on the couch.
Okay. Well,
We can get it.
later. We're getting it down. I can
Or
get
you
it.
can. Do you want
Remember?
to? Do you want to just go to your source and
Sure.
and
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
that'll
smart.
be
Smart. Do it now, dude.
yeah.
It's,
do
whatever's
it now.
true is
Whatever's true now.
Is,
and I'll write it down for you. But
yeah.
But Sam, why don't you explain dice rolling?
Oh, there it is.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
So I carry dice around my neck at all times. And I came up with this concept during the pandemic where I was pondering, do we make the best choices? And decision paralysis and all of these sorts of things that I think are kind of a waste of time. But also I just wanted to see, like, you know, if I were to leave it up to random, you know, and I committed to doing the thing, could I push myself outside of my comfort zone? So I started writing things down that were things one of the things I say to everyone when you roll the dice is don't put anything on the list you wouldn't do, but when it lands on it, commit to doing it.
Yep.
Do not betray the dice.
Yeah.
So if you're willing to today, I would love for you, we asked you to write down 6 things.
Yeah.
And
Six
often
things that create maybe that you want to do, but you may be
hesitating to do.
Yeah.
And what's really interesting, I've noticed this anyway with my die, is that it always lands on the thing I don't really want to do, but I must do and I need to do. And so it's always funny to me. But when people do this, you know, you can say, I want to do something for an hour. I need to reach out to my mother and I need to apologize to my friend, or I need to vacuum my floors, or whatever it is. Just make sure you do it unless it's unsafe or the business is closed. Obviously don't break into the business, but you know, use some common sense. But I recommend that everybody try to get a die and roll their way out of some of their bad habits. Because I think that all too often we don't realize that we're mechanical. So part of these reframes are to get us out of being mechanical, out of our personalities, our operating system,
Or defaults.
our defaults,
Totally.
our boot sequences,
Yeah.
and almost jailbreak out of it. And this is a jailbreaking tool. And so,
And what I've loved about it is just the reminder that just because you made that one dice roll doesn't mean you can't. You make a decision, you're not stuck with that decision for the rest of your life.
No.
You make a dice roll and then you make another dice
you
roll.
make another dice roll.
You're just committing to the decision, and that to me is what I've learned it from you. What I do is I just commit and continue doing, which is gets me unstuck.
Get you unstuck.
Yeah.
Great.
So we're going to invite you to get unstuck today.
There's a bunch
and
of things that I've been.
I just want to
stuck
call
on.
out this contraption. This is epic.
Isn't it epic? We're going to have to come up with that.
A
That has
game
more
for
possibilities.
We need a game for that.
So it's not actually a like for bingo.
No, that's not for bingo. I think that's probably for some casino game that
Yeah.
I'm unaware of what it's
I'll
for.
invent a game for
but we
it.
need to
Okay.
invent a game.
Yeah,
sounds good.
But the die for you to roll is right
Yeah,
there.
that's your die. But
Well,
are you open
yeah,
to
I'll give
telling
you
us
the-
what
I'll
your
give you-
6
yeah,
are?
of course. So this one, I'm open to feedback on how to tighten it or make it more of a thing too. By the way,
Okay.
on all these, 3 days off, like without a phone. That's not Burning Man. So like,
Wow.
and I think it has to be random. It has to feel like out of my control,
Ooh.
which makes it more risky and scary. And like, what if there's a deal going on or something?
Right?
Oh, not
Good.
like scheduled time, like almost pulled you out. You're pulled out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's
So
some
it can
button.
be in pure flow without a phone.
There's some randomness of when
Kidnapped,
it happens.
basically.
Yeah, some randomness. Sure, that could happen. Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Fuck.
Maybe we need to kidnap him.
Yeah, I know.
I obviously saw that in both of you, mischievous motherfuckers. Yeah. It was a little too
You're with
obvious
the
of a
dangerous
tell,
two
Mike. You shouldn't have gotten too excited because you could have just been like, oh, interesting, that's good, nice to say, and then done it. Now I know I'm wary of you. I'll be locking my doors.
He's gonna be looking over his shoulder for the next few weeks.
Yeah, you and that. So that's one.
Okay.
What the hell did I write here? We're gonna skip this one because I cannot read my own handwriting.
Okay.
Doing a full day of childcare with both of my children without Becca and just by myself, like from sun up to sundown,
Nice.
which feels scary, but might
you
not
can
be
do
scary
it.
for others. But yeah, it might be a little not so scary, but I've never really done it. I've always said that I'm going to do it, but I can do it. This is a weird one that I don't know where I came from. Maybe get comfortable with like making pottery with my family at one time, like go to a pottery thing and make pottery with my family, and then like getting good at it. I always was so bad at this as a kid, and I fucking hated making these things, and now I'm gonna make a beautiful bowl or something.
I
and
love
make
this.
it a gift. Yeah, it's
Wow.
like so just nothing I would choose to do normally, but something I should do.
Okay.
Don't eat pizza for 2 months.
Ooh.
I
Wow.
love pizza a lot, and it's
Wait,
just
donate what?
don't eat pizza for 2 months.
Just like show up at a shelter or someplace.
Oh
and
no,
just-
don't eat it.
Oh, don't. I heard donate.
Oh, dude, I heard
That's what I'm saying.
donate.
I heard donate. I was
Okay.
like, okay, what is the metrics behind
You know
that
what?
one?
We should
Donate.
reframe
No,
it.
and don't donate and
Yeah,
don't eat.
yeah,
donate
yeah.
and don't eat.
That's a great idea.
Maybe
I
you should
love that.
donate and don't eat.
That's a yeah.
So it's
Yes.
not for you.
That's
Every
it.
time you want pizza,
I
you
love
give it to
that
someone else.
There's something we're missing here. This is all about me and not others. Holy shit!
Yeah.
What is wrong with me?
No,
yeah.
Not wrong.
Yes,
Yeah.
there should be a donut. A donate.
Donate.
Donate donuts with pizza.
Okay. Don't
Yes.
donate. Don't eat
There'll be a-
pizza for 2 months.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And then
That's a rough one, man.
Yeah, I love pizza.
No pizza for 2
Yeah.
months.
I know, I
love
love
pizza
it.
so
Rough.
much.
Really, that's tough for you guys too.
Yeah, well, I
Thin
mean,
crust.
I'm not a pizza person, but if it were to arrive and appear, I wouldn't say no.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Okay. Number
And
5.
then yeah, this is something I've been trying to do and haven't done, but like no phone for a month between 6 and 7:30. So I'm just with our family and
Wow.
like off the phone and present.
We need one more.
Yeah, we need one more, and I don't. It's maybe it's
Well,
not-
channel it. What's true for you right now?
Yeah.
Just channel your source.
Yeah. There's something about like connection to my family in a way that's like feels scary and have like a meaning. I had a meaningful conversation with my parents the other night. I was sort of prompted to do it, and it was really powerful. And I was like, why don't I do this more? I should. So have I would say a very intentional conversation with my parents. I don't know,
On a regular cadence.
3 times a week, and
Wow, that's great.
3 times a week.
yeah.
Wow, that's
And
awesome.
I think
In a week. Okay, we'll do that.
3 times a week for I don't know, what is this, a month that we're doing
Let's
it?
do a month. Yeah.
I do a month.
Yeah,
And see how you feel in a month.
Both parents at the same time or individually?
Yeah, they're always together.
Just checking.
Yeah.
Just checking.
They're always together, and always you think you're talking to one, the other one's there.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think what
beautiful.
intentional means is like I had a script.
Mm-hmm.
You're basically supposed to call your hero, and it was this beautiful script. And so have like create my own little script for it before.
I love that.
I might need your help, Mike. You'd be very good at this. To talk to my parents.
Beautiful.
And man, I learned so many things and didn't realize so many things that they had said or thought or why they did this thing. So it was really fucking cool and
Wow.
something I should do more of.
Okay.
Love
All
that.
right.
All right.
What a great. We invite you to take the dice and just give your energy
yeah.
to the dice. So just to
real
recap,
heavy.
we got 1 is 3 days off with no phone, random. 2 is doing a full day of childcare with both your daughters, sun up to sundown. I love that framing of sun up to sundown. 3 is make a bowl by learning pottery with your family. 4 is donate and don't eat pizza for 2 months. 5 is no phone for a month from 6 to 7:30. It's a core time, powerful. And then 6 is 1 intentional conversation 3 times a week for a month with both parents.
Okay.
Amazing.
That's number 6.
All right. Let's see. 2.
2.
Childcare.
Doing full day of
Childcare from sun up to
sundown.
sundown.
Okay.
Okay.
I love this for you
All right,
That's a
thank
great
you.
and
one.
for your family.
Yeah. All right, it's happening. It'll happen.
So we plan on following up
Yeah. Better happen.
just to see how it goes.
Yeah.
And after the show in a few
Yeah.
weeks,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and so we're going to reach out to you and see what you learned from that experience.
Okay.
And we might even talk to Becca.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's a good sign that I'm resisting it because clearly it's something I didn't want to do.
Yeah.
And
Right? Exactly.
so
That's
Totally.
I was just in touch with that. I was like, no, I wanted something. I wanted it to be something else that would
Yeah.
be more.
that's
and
what the
then-
beauty of the dice.
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah.
And our invitation is just because you didn't roll on the others doesn't mean you can't.
Totally.
Do it.
Yeah, you can still do
you
all
can
those things
still do all
and
those things.
I know.
you can do this thing and then go back to the list and roll again.
Totally.
Yeah.
I think I told you guys both about this stretch concept. Every day, every
Oh,
week,
yeah.
I want to do like a professional This is sort of the same thing.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
So
mental
this
stretch.
is the beginning of the stretch list.
Yeah. We have one final thing. Do you have any final questions for Lee Zan before we do a small little magic trick for him?
Well, just how do you feel right now?
Hmm.
After letting that, you've let something go into the universe.
Yeah, totally. I feel my head was a little hot, but I do feel much more grounded, and I feel good. I feel energized.
Great. Do you feel like it left you?
Yes, not maybe
Like a release?
Yeah, yes. There was something that definitely left. Yes,
That's awesome.
for sure.
Very cool. What about you, Mike?
Well, thank you for sharing. We have a small little thing that. So is that a question for me? Or is
Yeah,
that
Yeah, I
your-
was just wondering if you had any
Oh.
last questions.
Yeah, how are you feeling?
Oh.
I've noticed a lot of breath going on over there.
Yeah,
It's
well,
great.
I think my intent was to try to just get into your. A lot of this is less trying to come up with the right question or the thing, but more just trying to be and feel where you are.
Yeah.
And try to illuminate the story and the feeling. So I think the
Yeah.
breaths were just trying to get with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved it. I
Yeah.
noticed that there was
Yeah.
I could feel the effect that I had on you.
Yeah.
Which was cool.
Yeah. It was powerful to see you so raw.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
That was very powerful.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm glad.
Well, we wanted to ask a few people in your life of what their experience of a reframe
All right.
is of
Awesome.
you. I haven't fully listened to it because we kind of wanted to be with you.
Okay.
I started
great.
listening to one. I sent Cyan one, but I was just like, we should just
Yeah, live.
listen to it together.
Yeah, great.
So we're gonna start with.
I'm like live podcasting.
This is like a live podcast of a podcast.
Yeah.
I'm gonna test this.
Mike,
Can you hear that?
Okay.
Okay.
First of all,
Shame.
So we have two delightful.
Beautiful.
We might have some more.
And I assume we'll probably, just for housekeeping, give them the audio of this to put in.
Yeah, we won't.
Okay.
Totally. All right. So here's from Shane. He
Mike,
talks about me for a
yo,
second.
bud. Okay, first of all, I'm so pumped that you're doing ALA. Fucking awesome. I think you are gonna just love it. How I have experienced Lee before and after a reframe. So I think that I think the reframes are actually one of the, in my experience, something that Lee is not only open to, but hungry for. And he is always willing to shift his perspective. Or most places he's willing to shift his perspective. I think that like a recent one is that his leadership and his ultimate authority and the ability to get people to go in the direction that he wants them to, that if it is rooted in fear, is going to be a control. It's going to be a kind of a fear-based authority. And if he's actually coming from love, it's going to be authority rooted in trust. And that if he speaks from his heart, people will follow him wherever he wants to go in life. And so the before version of that is one of thinking that in order to get people to do what he wants them to do, he needs to just use force. And that ultimately people don't want to do the thing that he wants them to do. And so that's why he has to control them. Versus, oh wow, if I actually open my heart and lead with vulnerability, lead with my heart, lead with love, hold the potential that I see for that person, and then align that with where I want to go in life and what my vision is, that's going to actually create true alignment. And so it's the reframe from control to fear-based control to love-based authority. Hope that helps. Hope that's kind of what you're looking for. I can send other examples.
That's awesome.
It's great. It's
really great.
totally right on. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
How did that
awesome.
make? What do you? Does that resonate?
Yeah. I mean, if you're driven by fear, you think others are too.
Interesting. You think everybody's just walking around afraid if you're afraid.
And the way to get other people to do things is fear,
Mm.
which is what I think he was saying.
Mm.
If you're driven by a belief in what you're here to do, other people are drawn to it. And that's what leadership is. It's authority instead of dictator, like a
Yeah.
force dictatorship or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Coercion. Mhm.
yeah. And organizations that are tied together via fear are not sticky. Like I think we have a pretty incredible culture that's filled with love of each other, and it's pretty fucking sticky. Ariel once said, I was thinking about this recently.
Ariel's our partner
Yeah.
at Long Journey.
She said, I don't know if you remember, we came over her house, you and me, there was a sticky situation we had to deal with. And this is before she joined. She said, there's going to be a lot of crazy things we're going to have to deal with. This is just one of them. We're going to get through it. And it was just this, like, with this wisdom that was really powerful. I don't know if you remember that.
I do remember that.
I thought you would, because it was really, and to me, it inspired. There was this love already for us, and it inspired me to be like, yeah, you're right. I got out of the fear, and so that was an example of leadership that was from a place of love for us, that we could get through this thing that was happening, and she hadn't even joined yet.
Totally.
Yeah.
So
Beautiful.
yeah,
Cool.
I think we have another one to play
Yeah,
for
we
you.
got one
It's
final
definitely making me uncomfortable, which is great.
Yeah.
You're nailing it.
Yeah.
Magic.
And obviously,
Hi, Lee. It's Becca. I wanted to share a reflection on a reframe that I've seen with you that's been really impactful for me. And it's related to your, I would say perspective, but really more approach to being supportive with housework. My experience of you has been that in the past, you really were trying to optimize to really put all of your energy, time, and attention either on work or family. And I appreciate that you've always been really good at being supportive as a father and really showing up for the girls. And you obviously give so much of yourself to work, to the point that you get really exhausted and burned out. And as a result, the approach you had for housework was a belief that it's not a good use of your time, and you didn't want to put any time or attention to that. You wanted to be able to optimize and put all of your time towards work.
oh, sorry, my phone died. There you go. It's coming.
Hi. The approach you had for housework was a belief that it's not a good use of your time, and you didn't want to put any time or attention to that. You wanted to be able to optimize and put all of your time towards work and family, so that when you are home, you're just really present with me and the girls, or you're working. But the impact of that was that pretty much the housework falls to me or people we hire. And I've expressed many times that, like, I don't want to depend on having someone in our house every evening, because I like that space and time to be kind of for our family. And as a result, that means that a lot of his work has fallen to me. And I think we've had many discussions on, like, how do you and I split time and responsibilities? You obviously bring in much more of our family income. I have much more flexibility in my schedule. And it's still really hard to take on all of that work at the end of the day with the kids. And so I've really been appreciating the way that you've reframed this recently, where you've finally been able to see the impact on me and have made a reframe and a change of realizing, like, yeah, it might not be the most productive or best use of your time, and it may for a moment draw you away from the children, but you've really been approaching it more with an act of service and doing it to support me. And it's been really helpful and really meaningful, and I deeply appreciate that you're willing to reframe or shift how you think about this work and make a choice or a reframe because you care about me and you want to support me. So thank you. I appreciate you and love you.
Yeah.
Aw.
Beautiful. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
beautiful.
I love that so much.
I got chills.
It's
Yeah.
it resonates exactly with what we were saying. It's like I wasn't present to what she was saying because I was like, you can just solve this with whatever, hiring someone or whatever. But what she was really saying is like, I want you to do it. It's about you doing it for me. I want that gift. And I figured that out, and then by doing it, it actually makes it's not that hard and it's not that bad, and it also
Have you figured out
feels
how to get
good.
excited about it?
Yeah, well, yeah, because I know that because I know that it really means a lot to her, and when you get in touch with the love that I have for Becca and the thing that I'm doing when you're doing the thing, it's much more effortless.
That is beautiful.
Yeah,
So beautiful.
Good work,
Yeah.
Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good,
And I love how it ties in some ways to the
good one.
dice roll too.
Yeah.
it totally,
does.
To the
yeah.
day. I mean,
That's
that to
interesting.
me-
Nice
Totally,
there was an
coincidence.
interesting
Yeah, that's a good one.
synchronicity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah, good point.
Well,
It also ties to the work we do, which is
Totally.
when you're in service,
Service.
it's flow and when it was attracted by love of the entrepreneur or my
Yeah.
wife.
Yeah.
Sorry, Becca. But you get everyone around me, you know.
yeah, it's a human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're in service.
Well, there's a
of
cliche
others.
that's happy wife, happy life.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, because it's your heart.
Yeah, it's your heart.
Yeah.
You're married for a reason.
Totally.
Yeah.
Well, Lee, thank you so much for being present with us.
And for your
Yeah.
bravery and vulnerability and for sharing this story that I hope lifts other people out of darkness.
Yeah.
Darkness comes in all forms. We don't know what anyone else's bottom is, where they're under a desk, and we shouldn't judge what it is.
Yeah.
But I hope that if it happens to someone after hearing this, that they'll be able to pull themselves out. And I'm going to practice this week, and then at the next episode, I will let everyone know about how trying on your reframe has impacted me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's such
So-
beautiful. I'm glad that's going to happen.
It's our homework assignment.
So good. I
We've
love that.
got homework.
Love it.
Well,
So
thank you very
excited.
much, Lee.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna exit the way you came in. So on 1, 2, 3, and you'll help us with the magic too.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah,
just,
yeah.
Ready?
Well, ready?
Ready? 3.
One,
Oh, we're gonna do it this way. I like that.
Sure,
We'll
sure,
follow your magic.
Okay.
3,
2,
2, 1.
I'm gone.
That's great.
Wow.
I love that.
Thanks, guys.
That was powerful.
Yeah.
Why don't you switch spots with Sign? I'll do a quick.
We're going to do a quick sort
do
of
that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
ending,
Thank you.
Stay in the moment. So
Yeah.
That was.
and then we'll recap afterwards with you. Yeah.
Before everyone starts moving around a whole lot, let's get 30 seconds of room tone. If everyone can just hang tight for
Oh, we're gonna do a quick. The two of us again. We're gonna go back to.
Okay, so all right, let me reframe the cameras.
We're just going to wrap up, and then they'll be done.
Yeah. Beautiful.
That was really beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Got some good ingredients, Mike,
I know.
for baking a dish.
I know. We really are.
It's happening.
Man, I felt it and
I felt it.
experienced it, and
Yeah.
hit my soul.
It's funny that we have a lamp that says "Let's go back to sleep" when we really want people to wake up.
Yeah. We'll evolve the lamp. We'll have him make a new lamp for us.
Yeah, wake up. Maybe I can bring in a different one every time because
Yeah.
I've got 4 lamps by this guy.
How about
Making
maybe
sure.
we put a not. Let's not go back.
Let's
to sleep.
not go
Yeah.
back to sleep.
You mentioned it.
We're good.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Cool.
Sayan, I'm going to ask you the question that we started with. How are you feeling? What are 3 words that you're feeling?
Wow, I feel like accomplished. When you bring something from 0 to something, we did a thing. We baked a dish, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
I feel hopeful because I can't wait to see what comes from the rippling effects of what we're creating.
Mm-hmm.
And how these stories are going to impact other people in service of others. It just makes me feel really darn good.
Feel good. Yeah.
How about you?
I feel, first word is I feel relieved. It was my brain, I was like, as I shared with you before, like, what if this goes wrong? What if that goes wrong? And I was like, what if this crazy vision we had sort of, again, as a negative story I told, was like flops. And so there's a part that's relief. But the second part is just feel incredible calm. But yeah, like you said, hope. I feel vigor. Is that there's something in me that is kind of like a little worm peeking out of the dirt of something that maybe I want to explore from that conversation. And the third is I feel love. Yeah, I feel love has been a thing I've grappled with how to express, but I can definitely feel love for Lee, love for you, and it feel very, very a lot of loving and connection.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. I would love to talk to you about what we're committing to. What did we just commit to?
So I'm committing to, recently, my friend Kevin, who I met during the pandemic, he goes by Kevin G, has been telling me that I have helped people in my life in ways that I clearly can't see. And, he keeps pointing it out to me, and I know I'm helpful. I know that, but I don't think I've really internalized it the way that Lee has. And I would like to know or love that part of myself that has the capacity to believe in others, and really look at that and examine it until the next episode. Because I do think that is an interesting reframe that, especially if I'm having a bad day, that I could just go out and see someone else's light and it could help mine. It's just something that I hadn't really thought about in that way. But that's what I'm committing to, is just looking at the impact that I've had and the impact I'm going to have, and just sort of reframing it that I'm helping other people, and there's just a goodness in that.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
That resonates. There's two things that came to mind for me. I think one, I'm committing to, in moments where I'm doubting myself or doubting my place or feeling questioning my own self-worth, to when I'm triggered, I think to really look inside and see, be like, what
are your gifts?
What are my gifts? And
what are your
gifts?
I
can see, what am I seeing of someone else? And that being, and coming from that place of abundance, definitely I'm committed to that. You talking just now brought me to, it's a little raw, not a fully formed concept or feeling, but I think I have been really struggling with my birthday, like coming up in August. And there is this lack of self-worth of like, should I even invite anybody? Like, will people come to my birthday? And that is a feeling, trying to link it to Lee, what Lee was teaching us, of this feeling of lack of self-worthiness. Like, maybe I don't want to invite anyone. I'll just kind of do a small thing, and et cetera. And what if I shifted that to being like from a place of channeling my gift and just being like, hey, I've seen, I have given, and I have potential, and I've believed in others, and maybe, trying to come from more of a place of abundance and not fear. There's something there that I want to grapple with. I don't know. It's not fully, but it's definitely something it sounds so silly to stuck. I've been
Would
stuck
you relinquish control of your birthday to someone else?
Maybe, yeah, exactly.
Like, what would it feel like if you showed up to your birthday party?
Yeah.
And it was already there.
Very scary. Yeah.
Is it
very
scary?
Yeah, very scary. Because I'd be like, oh, well, this person. Yeah, it's just so linked to. Anyway, it's. But yeah, maybe you and Arthur. Yeah, relinquish to you and Arthur to.
Yeah, maybe that's the key.
But there's something that was resonating in that conversation about in that moment where something is triggered to then to rechannel that energy and coming from a place of more abundance. So.
Awesome. Well, I look forward to seeing how we marinate.
Yeah.
I like using your chef terms.
Thank you.
So how we marinate on that tidbit and see how it fares by the next episode.
Indeed. But is there anything else you want to capture before we close out?
Well, I know we wanted to talk about coincidences.
Mhm.
I think I always want to end the show with coincidences because I do think the more present you become,
Mm-hmm.
the more you work on yourself and
Yeah.
you get rid of the weight and the cruft that's holding you down, the more you start to see the beauty in this world.
Mm-hmm.
And it's profound.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly think I experience more coincidences than the average person notices.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that other people don't have them, but I have a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I've started asking other people when I walk around just randomly at parties, like, have you experienced any coincidences lately? And they have.
Mm-hmm.
And they seem to be increasing. And the only thing I can pinpoint is during the pandemic, we took this big pause. I mean, some people couldn't because they had to go to work and they were essential workers. And so they had a different kind of suffering. And then there was the rest of everybody else who was shut inside. But regardless, we all suffered the same. And we came out of that kind of probably wondering, what is this all about? Why, how could there be a world in which such a disease could even exist? You know, what is my place in all of this? And I think that, you know, that led me down a rabbit hole of wanting these reframes, more and more and more of them. And as I reframed my thoughts and all of these ideas I held about myself that I thought were true, and I realized I'm a liar. I don't mean to lie, but I lie a lot. I lie to myself. I lie to others about what I am or what I think or what I experience. And really getting to the truth of who I am is kind of core to what I want. But these coincidences, I don't know what they mean, but I know that they happen a lot. And when they do happen, you're like, wow, just wow.
Yeah.
You know, and I had one yesterday, so I'm going to share it.
Okay.
I had one today, actually. So Kevin G, going back to Kevin G, and I have been having a lot of synchronicities as of late. We've had 5 in the past 4 days. But my assistant came into my room today and she said, you know, because we have this thing called Reverie that we're doing. She said, do you want to bring your Earth Roamer to Reverie, which I have this monster truck for anyone listening. And I was like, yeah, I think I may go get it. And then all of a sudden Kevin texted me and he said, I don't know when I'm going to see you again because you're a roamer. Earth roamer. And I was like, and I shared the screenshot with him and I'm like, you're not going to believe this. And at this point he believes it. And, I was in the museum the other day and I saw this book and had a really funny cover. It had a pair of fancy underwear, like lacy underwear.
Oh.
And it said, I like you. And then it had a pair of sort of granny panties and it said, I love you. And so I took a picture of it and sent it to a friend. And within a minute again, Kevin sends me this Kazakhstan meaning for the word I like you and what it means to the Kazakhstan people. It means that you see someone. They feel seen. And, but I feel like these synchronicities are lessons or guides or reminders that you're on the right path. I don't know what they mean, but I would like for listeners to engage on this subject. And so one of the things I'd really, really like is for you to send us your coincidences.
Yeah.
And then if you experience anything after a reframe, I'm very curious about that because I've had some where I've had dark spiritual experiences afterwards where there's this huge epiphany, this unlock. And that's what I want for everybody is just to unlock their true potential of who they really are without all the lies.
Yeah.
And the coincidences have something to do with it, but I don't know what.
Yeah.
I'm just curious about them.
Yeah, we'd love to hear about your coincidences. We'll come up with a email or reframe mailbox. I don't know.
Yeah, right?
Something like that.
Have you experienced, I mean, we had one
Yeah.
yesterday, but
Yeah, totally. The one, and I think of you now, so, because you call coincidences synchronicities, which is a bougier version of coincidences, but the same soul.
Scientists always say it's
yeah.
a coincidence. And then
Coincidence.
if you're more spiritual, you say
Say
synchronicity. It
synchronicities.
means the same thing, basically.
And for me, it's just me, as I said before, about learning from you about how to lean into the good times. I look more at what is around me. So the last synchronicity I had was you and I had been talking about lucid dreaming. I had a friend recommended me watch Waking Life or rewatch Waking Life. And then I was like, oh, maybe forever we should do lucid dreaming was on my mind. And there was a guy named Thibaut, who I had learned about lucid dreaming from. And I had this in the back of my mind, I was like, I really need to reconnect with him. And I was feeling withheld from reaching out to me. I had a story in my head that I didn't want to appear transactional to say, teach me about lucid dreaming. So I didn't reach out to him on any of the digital mediums. And then lo and behold, the next day at a Lunar New Year party, there he is. I was thinking about lucid dreaming the day before, and he just appeared.
Isn't that weird how that works?
And when he appears, but to what I learned from you is, in that moment, the question is, what do you do, right?
Right.
One could lean away, or one say, okay, that's fine, or that's just a coincidence. But for me, now I just say, oh, there he is. Thibaut, how's it going?
I've been waiting for you.
I've been thinking about you.
Thinking about you.
And yeah, I think that to me is why synchronicities, for me at least, is powerful. It's just a way to rechannel how I live.
So a lot of people who are woo call that manifestation, that you attract what you desire or deeply hold in your heart to you.
Yeah.
I've had this happen over and over again, and it's actually reframed what I think effort is. And so I used to think that I had to grind away to get what I need or want to help others in my work or whatever I'm pursuing. Now I daydream more. I think more about like a person that I want to meet, and lo and behold, they appear in my life. It's funny how it works.
Yeah, totally.
And again, there's no science to explain it, which is why I want to explore it on the show.
Yeah.
And I think there's power in sharing these stories too.
Totally.
You know, if you've listened to my Tim Ferriss podcast, I talked about Tango, who is the guy that I met in Boston who died. And I recommend that you go and listen to that podcast. But an interesting coincidence came up yesterday is I posted a picture of one of these lamps. And this is made by an artist named David Zakin, who I found on Instagram. And it turns out that Tango, my Boston guy that I ran into with the duck boat story, went to school with him, and they shared the same floor. And I was just like, how is it possible that I would be attracted to the one artist that is a connection to Tango? You know, of course, it's one of these things where I'll never cease to be amazed at these how we're all interconnected, and how we're all on the same planet together. Yeah, and there's no division between us. We're all here floating on a rock through space together. We're in this together.
Yeah, exactly. And
so I just am really excited to explore
I'm so
this with
excited
you.
to hear about them, these synchronicities, and explore these. And we're not trying to say there's a choreography to anything. We're not trying to make any statements. We're just curious.
Not making a claim. Just I'm curious about these coincidences, and I want to go deeper into them.
Cool. Well, I think that's a wrap of the first ever Reframe podcast. Maybe we can teleport ourselves out to go with the theme. What's calling to me right now is maybe we'll do this, and then we'll teleport ourselves out.
All right, we're going to teleport out of here. Ready?
All right, 3, 2, 1. Okay, great.
All right, stay there right quick.
Okay.
I want you to do your intro again, and we're back. Like after you did the blah 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 blah,
Okay.
and had him blink out. So just
which
sit in
one?
your seat again and just do that part again.
Okay.
As if you're just appearing.
Oh,
in your
I
seat,
see, 'cause
and
you wanna
then
cut it.
from
Okay, great.
that right to this.
So we say, and we're back, or we just
And
do
we're
this?
back, yeah.
Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
And we're back.
Good?
And then
That's
was
gonna
there
be
an intro
hilarious.
too?
Yeah, we haven't gotten a good intro, I don't think.
Oh, we should do an intro.
Yeah.
Um,
Like, hi and welcome, look at the camera. Hello
Okay.
and welcome to the blah, 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 blah. Here where we talk about
Okay.
the deep dive on the blah, blah, blah. Our guest today is...
Why don't you kick us off with that?
You want me to do it?
Yeah, you can do it.
Okay.
You can even tag team it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we
Great.
can I can do a version. You can do
You-
a
yeah,
version.
yeah.
Right, and we come
Yeah.
together.
Okay, perfect. Hi, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Reframe. I'm here with my co-host, Mike Wang.
Hello.
Co-conspirator. And today we are bringing on Lee Jacobs, who is the founder and our co-founder of Long Journey Ventures, and a dear friend who's going to share a philosophical reframe with us. And I can't wait to get started. You want to give it a try?
Yeah. Welcome to the Reframe podcast with my co-host, Cyan Bannister. My name is Mike Wang. In this podcast, we will explore the idea of reframes, the way that people looked at the world differently that has now caused them to have an enduring magic trick. to be someone that maybe they were always, but were afraid to be.
What do you think, producers?
Do we need an outro, or are we good for that? I think we
Yeah, let's do a quick
An
outro.
outro, right?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can do an outro.
Yeah, go
Ryan,
ahead.
let's step out for a second. Let's get room tone.
Okay,
So
hold
give
your,
us.
hold your breath for about 30 seconds and don't move. We're gonna get room tone.
Okay. Room tone.
Room tone.
How do we want to do the outro? Do we want to have like a thing we do? Thanks for joining us on Reframe. Stay tuned for the next. How often are we going to do these? I assume we want to have a good cadence of them.
Yeah.
Room tone needs you to
Oh, no
be
talking.
still. Don't say anything for 15, 20 seconds.
Okay,
Okay.
got it.
Hold your breath. Don't move. We need to get the noise floor established. Okay, hold on.
And then how will we know when to talk?
They'll tell us.
I can tell you from in here.
Okay.
We identify that as what the noise floor is, and then we just filter it out so it makes everything super
Oh,
Great.
perfect.
clean. Okay.
Right.
Do we do the closing or no? Or,
You want to do one other one?
yeah, let's do a
Okay,
quick
let's do one.
closing.
Okay,
Yeah.
Sure.
Do we need room floor still, or we're good?
No, we got it.
Thanks everyone for joining us for Reframe, and we will be back with the next episode and follow up on how Mike and I have experimented with our reframes, and we look forward to seeing you again.
And tell us your synchronicities. We want to hear about them.
Woo!
And maybe
Great.
do thank you very much, both of you. Look at this camera.
Okay, great. Thanks so much for joining us for Reframe, the
Yeah,
podcast.
thank you.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, you go.
No, you do it.
Thank you very much for joining us for Reframe, a podcast where we explore how people change the way that they experience the world.
Yeah, thank you, and see you next time.
You know what? That was
Great.
great. Can we get an intro like that of you guys?
Oh, that's a
looking
good idea.
Looking at the screen, because that actually
Good, smart,
really nice.
smart.
At the camera, not the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. At the
Yeah, it's the whole body. It's great.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Reframe. I'm here with my co-host and conspirator, Mike Wang, and we are very excited today to have on our first guest, Lee Jacobs, who is the co-founder and founder of Long Journey Ventures and our fearless leader. And he's here to share a philosophical reframe, and we'll get to that in a bit. Thank you. I don't know how else to say it.
Do another, we say as our guest instead of on our guest.
As our guest?
Yeah. We said on our guest. Do it just one more thing.
Okay.
You can say co-founder, just co-founder. I mean,
Co-founder?
You say co-founder and founder.
Okay,
Yeah.
I know. I'm just letting the facts get in.
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
You know how
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
All right. Hello and welcome to the first episode of Reframe. I'm here with my co-host Mike Wang and co-conspirator, and we are super excited to bring you our first guest, Lee Jacobs, who is the co-founder of Long Journey Ventures, where we work. And he today is going to share with us one of the most important reframes of his life. It's a philosophical reframe. So if you're not into philosophy, I would tune out now, but I recommend that you stay
Tune
put
in.
and tune in.
That was awesome.
Great.
Yeah,
That was great. That was excellent. Thank you.
Very spontaneous.
I think we have a lot of
Yeah.
things to work with. So all right,
Thank
great.
you.
So much.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Gotta do a hug. Gotta do
So,
a hug for these
what
guys.
did you guys think as an audience?
Hug.
What do you think as an audience?
Yeah, that was so good, guys. Oh, so proud of both.
What do you guys think, though?
No, I think it's great. I think it's great. You guys, if you have this